The Grand Assembly Chamber of the Galactic Federation was a marvel of cosmic engineering. Encased in transparent alloys that revealed the endless expanse of space, stars twinkled like scattered diamonds against the eternal night. Today, the chamber was abuzz with a tension that mirrored the gravity of the stars outside. Delegates from across the Milky Way had gathered, each representing civilizations with histories spanning millions of years and ideologies as diverse as the planets they hailed from. Chancellor Zirian, whose skin shimmered with the luminescent quality of a nebula, stood at the podium. His voice, deep and resonant, filled the chamber as he addressed the assembly. Esteemed colleagues, we are convened here under circumstances that demand our utmost discernment and wisdom. The species in question, known as humans, hail from a blue planet called Earth, located in the Sol system. Their technological advancements in the past century have caught the eye of the Galactic Observation Council. However, it is their potential for both creation and destruction that brings us to this crossroads. The Chancellor paused, allowing his words to resonate. On the large holoscreen behind him, images of Earth, beautiful oceans, sprawling cities, wars, and environmental devastation, flickered in silent testimony to the dual nature of humanity. Ambassador Zorax of the Plorians was the first to respond. As he stood, his crystalline structure caught the light, casting prismatic colors across the polished floor. Fellow guardians of life, it is true that humans have shown a propensity for violence. Their planet's history is scarred with wars, and their current endeavors into space have been as much about militaristic ambition as scientific curiosity. Yet, within this apparent chaos, there is a profound drive towards survival and improvement. They have overcome numerous global challenges that would have extinguished lesser species. Their resilience is not just a trait but a testament to their potential. Zorax's words sparked a murmur of agreement from some quarters of the room. However, skepticism remained palpable as other delegates whispered among themselves, their forms ranging from gaseous clouds to beings of pure energy. A delegate from the Yulthar system, whose appearance was a constantly shifting mass of shadows, rose to challenge Zorax's optimism. Ambassador Zorax speaks of resilience and potential, but what of the humans' reckless exploitation of their home planet? They drain it of resources, pollute its atmosphere, and drive countless other species to extinction. Can we truly trust such a species to act with prudence and respect for the galactic community? Before Zorax could reply, Mrock of the Nebulites floated forward, his gaseous form contained within a shimmering suit designed to interact with the physical world. His voice, a soft whistle, carried a soothing tone that often eased tensions in the assembly. We must consider not only the humans' actions but also their aspirations. My people have watched them from afar, listened to their broadcasts and music, observed their arts and literature. There is a profound depth to their emotions, a sincere desire for peace and understanding that pervades much of their culture. They dream of a better future, for themselves and for their planet. Surely, this counts for something in our deliberations. As Mrock concluded, the holographic displays shifted to show human achievements, landmarks of cooperation such as the United Nations, philanthropic movements, global environmental agreements, and the International Space Station, a symbol of their potential for international and interstellar cooperation. Chancellor Zirian nodded thoughtfully. These are valid points, both in favor of and against intervention. Yet, we must also consider the broader implications of our decision. How we handle the emergence of humanity will set a precedent for how we deal with other species who are on the brink of joining the galactic community. We are not just deciding the fate of one species, but potentially shaping the future of interstellar relations. The debate continued, with each delegate bringing forward their civilization's perspective, ranging from strategic concerns to ethical philosophies. The chamber resonated with a symphony of thoughts and emotions, reflective of the diverse and intricate tapestry that was the Galactic Federation. As the discussions grew deeper and more complex, it became clear that the decision on humanity's fate would have far-reaching consequences, influencing not only the future of one planet but the ethos of the galaxy itself. As the debate raged on in the assembly, the air thick with a multitude of alien dialects and the silent hum of thought transmissions, Mrock's poignant reminder of humanity's capacity for peace and artistic expression resonated with many delegates. Yet, skepticism and fear continued to cloud the judgment of others. Thrax of the Scarex, whose race had survived their own harsh evolutionary trials through aggression and dominance, was next to speak. His imposing figure, armored in natural exoskeletal plates, clacked as he moved to the center of the chamber. His voice, a series of harsh clicks modulated into the common tongue, carried an undercurrent of foreboding. While the Nebulites might find poetry in humanity's musings, we must not allow romantic notions to blind us to the stark reality of their nature. Our reconnaissance probes have observed their military installations bristling with weapons capable of planetary devastation. Their history is replete with wars that have razed entire regions, decimated populations, and wrought environmental havoc. We must ask ourselves, do we dare introduce such a species into the cosmic fold? His argument struck a chord, especially among those civilizations that had themselves been victims of interstellar aggression in the distant past. Whispers of concurrence fluttered through the chamber, like dark wings of caution. In response, a new voice emerged from the assembly, one not often heard in debates of such gravity. It was Ambassador Gyra of the Eltherians, a race known for their deep empathy and psychological insights. Gyra's form, luminescent and fluid, shifted colors with her mood, now reflecting a calming blue as she addressed the gathering. Honorable delegates, I acknowledge the fears presented by Ambassador Thrax. Yet, in our study of humans, we have delved into the depths of their psyche. Yes, they are capable of war, but they also have an unparalleled capacity for compassion, altruism, and self-sacrifice. Their planet's own literature is filled with tales of heroism not just towards their own kind, but towards other species, their environment, and even towards conceptual ideals. This duality is not a mark of danger, but a sign of a species at a crossroads, one that could benefit greatly from our guidance. Gyra paused, allowing her words to sink in, then continued, furthermore, we have witnessed their global movements towards peace and sustainability. They are aware of their past mistakes and many strive to correct them. Should we not aid those efforts rather than condemn them for past transgressions? Before the assembly could digest Gyra's appeal, Lyra, the synthetic intelligence, projected herself once more above the council. Her form, a complex array of data streams and light, represented the pinnacle of several civilizations' technological achievements. I have synthesized the vast amounts of data collected from Earth and subjected it to predictive modeling. While it is true that the potential for violence remains, there is a statistically significant trend towards global cooperation and technological innovation that could benefit not just Earth but the entire Federation. My calculations suggest that with appropriate mentoring, humans are more likely to become valuable allies rather than threats. The data Lyra displayed was compelling, showing a steady decline in global conflict and an increase in international collaborations over the past decades. As the chamber absorbed the implications of Lyra's analysis, Ambassador Yini of the Tsari, beings of pure energy and thought, floated forward. Their voice, a harmonious melody that required no translator, enveloped the room. Let us consider not just what we fear humans might do, but what we hope they might become. In every species' history, there are periods of darkness and light. We have the opportunity to illuminate their path, to help them reach their full potential. What greater purpose does our Federation serve than to foster such growth? The philosophical perspective shifted the mood of the assembly, urging a deeper contemplation of their own principles and the broader implications of their decisions. Chancellor Zirian nodded slowly, appreciating the depth of the discussion. It seems we are not merely deciding a fate, but defining ourselves as a federation. Are we guardians or gatekeepers? Do we act out of fear or out of hope? This is the essence of our deliberation. As the debate wound down, the voices of reason advocating for guidance and mentorship seemed to hold sway. The chamber, once divided, began to unite under the banner of potential and shared future prosperity. The decision would not be simple, nor would its implementation be without challenges, but the direction was becoming clear, a path forward with humanity, hand in hand, towards a brighter, shared future. As the Assembly's debate reached its zenith, the atmosphere in the Galactic Federation's chamber was electric with anticipation. Each delegate's argument had woven a complex tapestry of possibilities, of fears, hopes, and visions for the future. Now, it was time for the decision that would mark a defining moment in the Federation's history. Chancellor Zurian, sensing the shifting tides of the debate, called for a final round of statements before the vote. It was Circe Vorn of the Tellurians, a species revered for their emotional wisdom and deep understanding of sentient motivations, who took the floor. Her presence was serene, and her voice carried the weight of her profound empathy. "Fellow delegates," Vorna began, her voice resonant with a melody that seemed to directly touch the souls of those listening. "I have listened intently to each concern and each hope expressed today. The humans, with all their complexities and contradictions, are indeed at a pivotal point in their evolution. It is easy to see the shadows of their nature and fear the darkness they might bring into our fold. But let us not overlook the light, their capacity for love, for change, and for reaching beyond their grasp towards something greater." The seeress paused, her eyes closing as she projected a wave of emotional energy across the chamber. It was a gentle tide, carrying with it the full spectrum of human emotions: despair, hope, fear, joy, and above all, a boundless desire to improve and protect their world and each other. Let us not act out of fear but from a place of hope and responsibility. Let us guide them, teach them, and learn from them. This is the opportunity before us, to not only prevent a potential threat but to foster a potential ally in the cosmic community. We have the chance to help shape their path with our wisdom and experience. Imagine what we might achieve together. Her words hung in the air, leaving a profound impact on the assembly. The room fell silent as the delegates pondered her message, reflecting on their own species' histories, times when they, too, had faced dark periods and had needed guidance and assistance. Chancellor Zurian then brought the session to its crucial juncture. "We shall now proceed to the vote. Each delegation will cast their decision, to intervene and eradicate, based on the perceived threat, or to engage and mentor, based on potential and mutual benefit." One by one, the representatives cast their votes, their decisions echoing through the chamber with the solemnity of the moment. As the voting concluded, the results were displayed on the holoscreen. A significant majority had chosen mentorship over eradication. Humanity would be guided, observed, and, if necessary, corrected, but not destroyed. The decision was met with a mixture of relief and resolve. Many delegates felt the weight of the responsibility they had just undertaken. The Federation would initiate a comprehensive guardianship program, deploying teams of cultural experts, diplomats, and scientists to Earth to work discreetly among the human governments and institutions. Ambassador Zorax, his crystalline form glowing warmly, shared his thoughts with the assembly. "This decision reflects our highest ideals. We embrace the challenge of turning potential into reality, of transforming fear into friendship. We will help humanity grow, and in doing so, we will grow ourselves." Plans were laid out for the initial phases of the engagement. Cultural exchange missions were organized, and observation posts were established to monitor human progress and intervene subtly to steer them away from paths that could lead to self-destruction or interstellar conflict. Years passed, and the humans, under the subtle guidance of their galactic mentors, made strides in resolving their internal conflicts and advancing their technology responsibly. They began to address their environmental crises with innovative solutions that combined Earth's technologies with alien science. Finally, the day came when Earth was formally invited to send its own delegates to the Galactic Federation. Human ambassadors, standing in the same chamber where the fate of their species had been debated, expressed their gratitude and awe. The story of the Galactic Federation's decision to embrace humanity became a legendary example of wisdom and foresight, a testament to the power of empathy and the potential for unity in the vast, diverse cosmos. The success of their integration not only enriched the human race but also strengthened the Galactic Federation, reaffirming their mission to foster peace and cooperation across the stars.